49er, south departure, Oscar Charlie Sierra.
Here we are in the C-46 Commando. Let's turn on the tail lock. Tail wheel lock, everything is set up for flight. I added some cargo now, so we'll see how what that looks like. Yep, there's some cargo here. So we got some crates, no labels from Indiana Jones, some fragile stuff. Hey, a teddy bear, a small little teddy bear. Okay, whoops, we jumped out. That's not good. Do not stock. Okay, this looks ominous. Okay, so we have some freight. I'm hoping this will help with the flying, because this aircraft is a little bit flimsy without any. So I'm thinking a little more heft to it, a little more weight will make it a little bit more stable. So it's not in the yaw, in the roll part, roll plane. It's not. It's very stable, but in the pitch plane, it's very pitchy, if you can say that. Okay, so we have some. We do have some. So this is my standard flying view. Takeoff landing view is the standard view. Let's see. So we have some freight. So maybe let's set the trim first. We'll have some flaps. Let's do one notch of flaps. Fuel boost pumps are on. What tank are we on? We are on the first front tank. That's what we should be flying in the beginning. For at least half an hour, it says the manual, but we won't be taking that long a flight, so we'll change to the center tank when we're nearing our destination. Well, yeah, we can do the navigation stuff too. Let's find the map. So LB, we want to be going. This BORDME 112.1, 112.1 swap. Yeah, and this flight is basically about trying to get this thing, the gyropilot, working. The gyropilot is the evil grandfather of the autopilot, and by evil I mean it's a handful. You need to be perfectly stable, you need to be going on course, and then you can turn it on and it will kind of fly the aircraft for you. If you get into any turbulence or anything, it just quits. It's just useless like that. But on I guess on a long haul flight, when it came, it was a relief to the pilots, because yeah, this aircraft especially is, compared to the DC-3, yeah, you have to hands-on flying, you have to fly it. Yeah, I guess I should let the aircraft's temperature go up a little bit more, but yep, we'll sit here. Do 1,000 RPMs. Sit there a little while. We can set up this while we're at it. So 305. 6, 5, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we get it from the ground? I don't think so. I think we're too low. On. Yeah. We can turn this one on too. Okay. So I'm guessing we're doing this, and I did do a takeoff before, and you know what? We'll leave the flaps alone. This thing balloons up in the air anyway. I actually don't know if this is a bug of with the aircraft or if it was this way or is this way. So prop fully forward. That looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Okay. Parking brake. Here we go. You have to, you can't just firewall the throttle, because then the nose will dip into the ground or the runway. See, I took off with not even full throttle there. And we are rising like a balloon. Gear up. And trim the thing. Feels good. Pull back on the prop a little bit. Like so. Okay. I think we took off with the tail wheel in the wrong position. Now, let's level out. Okay, align the adjustable index card with the gyro card in the directional gyro. First, let's trim the thing. Well, first let's set the engine to what we want. Let's do 3. 2.5. And I think this is actually a good altitude to stop at. So everything is trimmed. Need to pull back even more because we are already at 180. Okay, so align this thing here. Align the adjustable index card. Align the bank and climb indicator with those. Yep. That's bank and climb indicator. So we'll align you with you. And then it says it does this stuff by itself. And then we have pressure in the system. We do. We don't want to go any higher. And then it says turn the shut-off valve control on the hydraulic panel to the on position. And really, where is that? Because I've scoured the manual for that. And is it this one? No, that's the thing here. And this is the hydraulic things. But so we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that. It is supposed to be in the center console. We can retract the landing lights, by the way. Emergency brake control, tow release. So no. Looking at the instruments here so we don't go splashing into the ground. Yeah, if somebody knows where it's supposed to be, or if it's just one of those things. Okay, so we are pretty much aligned. Everybody's happy. And then we're supposed to turn this on. Let's see. Still going down, okay. See how it ticks away? That's not me. I'm just doing one click at a time. We'll leave it. And let it stabilize. So we have a small altitude. Okay, and we want to go, so we'll skip the radio stuff here. So we are, this is actually a perfect place to do a screenshot for the video. Okay, so now we have that. Thank you, sorry about that. And so you have to keep an eye on this. It's not perfect by any means, but at least I'm a little bit free to move around. Okay, let's see where we are. So my idea here is that when we reach, so heading 2, 1, one after that. So we'll do that. 2, 1, 1. So when we are passing the VOR, we'll go heading 211. At least that's the theory of it. And it's going to be interesting to see if we can use this as a heading bug. Maybe we should do this. See, we are climbing a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll do click, 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 click. I'm just doing one click. That's actually pretty good. So you can see here we have some adjustments that we could do. Okay. Time to turn with the sensitivity, but it isn't implemented. So now do tell the aircraft set that we want to go 2-1 2-1 1, and we'll turn the thing off. Yeah, so we turn the thing off and we do the turn ourselves. Autopilot off. What? Okay. That didn't work before. Okay. And we turn. Sorry, now. Turn to the right. We can follow the coastline. I want to go just straight south. Towards our nice little island. Or not island. Well, that's good enough for now. We'll turn on the... We'll trim ourselves again. looking at the climb. Turn it on. See what happens. If it stabilizes. Or if I have to do some adjustments. There we go. Okay. So our destination is over here somewhere. Let's check the engines. We should close the cowl flaps. Charts. I thought so. So runways. We are going to land on 20 ILS 109.9. Oh, lost the signal. And I happen to know that we are supposed to go a little bit more to the right. So what we'll do is try and do that with the rudder trim. What's this thing? No. The other way around. Let's reset that to south. 2.8. 1.8, I mean. 671. So this is our current course. If I look at the compass, this is a slave to that. If I click there, okay. Set this. Okay, now we're okay. So if I turn this, see? One never knows if it does something or if it doesn't do anything. So, align the adjustable index card with the gyro card in the directional gyro. Well, we did that. Doesn't seem to do much. Align the bank and climb indicator with those in your HHI instrument. So, these then. And Check section, turn off the turn on off the control to the dispair to on, automatic valve control the pedal, or turn the automatic valve control on pedestal to base to on. So somewhere here there is supposed to be a what's this? No, that's just light. Okay, oh, wait. Okay, so we are going inland here and we want to fly that way. My wish is that I could use this thing to do that. Can I use the aileron? That's confusing. The uncaged it. Let's see, so into caged, out to uncage. That is same as that. So we caged it. This doesn't. Ah, this is the light, I remember now. This is the light for the background light. Okay, so yeah. So what we'll do is we'll turn it off. No, now it's on. Have I been flying with it off all the time? Uh-oh. Okay. So of course. So if we set this to 180 precisely, we set this to the same. And then we want to turn the aircraft. So this is turning. Okay, so I set this to the desired course. Which would be, that's, bear with me here. So we are out here in the boonies. My desired course is direct to 238 degrees. Oops, sorry, that's the light again. 2, 3, 8, so 2, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ignore that thing is spooling around. We need to set our this to the compass, what we are currently doing. So we are currently doing 180 and we want 240, and now we use the and then this will travel to see, we are turning. This will travel to 240. I think I did good on that one. Okay. Okay. So make sure your course is corrected with the compass here. Set the course you want to be flying, and then use the aileron to turn and the elevator to go up and down. So this is turn, this is up and down, this is the side where you want to be going. So we actually want to turn a little bit more, so we have a little bit more time on our hands. So that's the light still in this hill. So we'll turn a little bit more, we'll turn to 5 degrees. The aircraft is turning, 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 and we anticipate the turn, and then it adjusts itself to 2.5. Okay, I think I got it. Perhaps, maybe someone else got it. So the procedure is make sure your thingy or directional compass, or you can adjust it here too, or there, aligns with your actual heading on the compass. Well, that is step 1. Set the course you are flying right now with the rudder knob. Then you turn, make sure you are at level flight. You may have to do some trimming here, okay? So the white bar decides if you're going up or down, okay? And when everything is going straight and level and is happy, then you can change this to the course you want instead. And then you can make the aircraft turn with this knob. Okay. Okay, so that's the procedure. Now we're just waiting for the Foxtrot Oscar Golf, or the Papa Golf for DME to set in there. 112.3, not 9. 112.3. That's better. 112. I'm 113.2. Okay, here we go. 112.3.3, and we switch that over to the active. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, what course do we want for landing? Runway 20. So let's see what the compass heading was when they built that thing. So info, runways, runway 20. So it was 202. So we want 202 back here. This one to get this one to work. So 202. 2 just between the pixels there, so 1 2 somewhere around there. Yeah, you're not going to do any Cat 3 landings with this thing, that's for sure. Why are the carburetor lights lighting? So we'll switch these. Uh-oh. Let's mess a little bit with the temperatures here. We'll let some air into the engine. If we look outside, uh-oh, the battery in my controller is going down. So yeah, so you can see the cowl flaps are open. And under here too. And I think the oil cooler flaps are inside here. Shall we see if they are pretty cool picture actually. Shall we see if they are animated? We can. So we'll close you. You look outside. Oh no, or at least these are not. I thought these were like lids or something for that, but they aren't. So we'll open that up again. Oh, it's time to turn. Now our start to turn, and we set the desired course to 21 202. 202. Here we go. So 18, 19, 20 and 202. I think we're pretty good there. So now we are a little bit to the right of the beam, or to the left of the beam, so we need to go a little bit more to the right. So I'm guessing we need to okay, you can't change that. We need to change this. We need to go a little bit more to the right. This. I did it the wrong way around, of course. So somewhere around there. Okay, so we'll go back to 4. Now we can turn a lot. So it's stopping me if I only want to do fine adjustments. Okay, so it stops by itself. So if I change it to 2.5, then tell it to turn. This is max. I can't turn it anymore, because it's only a 10-degree turn. Huh. That's interesting. So if I do like a 2-degree, this is... Ah, so that's actually helpful. So what we'll do is we'll do 2526. We do whatever we can do to get it to 6 degrees. Compare it to our whiskey compass. Okay. Now we'll wait for this thing to go into the middle. Or pass through, I guess. Now we're a little bit too high now, but that doesn't matter. That's not why we're here. Okay, now we'll set it to 202. Okay, what happened? Now it did it by itself. Now, this is what I mean with this thing. Just when you thought you figured it out, just when you think, yeah, I got it, then it does something else. What did I click to make it do things by itself? So now I'm changing the course here, and this thing is just happy-go-lucky, complying with what I want to do. I want to go a little bit more to the right. Nope. So the logic of this thing is melting my brain. We are way far to the right. Well, we're not. We are too high, that's for sure, but okay. So here we go. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do a right turn. We'll set a course to fly away from the VOR just for a little while. How do I know I'm flying away from the VOR? Just because this arrow is pointing at the VOR for now. I wouldn't do this in a total cloud cover blind flying though. So this is what we want later on. We want 202 degrees. So let's focus on getting ourselves a little bit lower. Right? So we'll turn this up a little bit, and then we see the climb thing go down. And back. We'll do 2000. We'll do 2500. Okay, so the top is, in any case, the top part is, this is where I want to go, and this is what we are where we are going. So let's start to turn this the other way around. nice to the gyropilot because it's obviously reacting to your throttles too. Uh-oh. Okay. And 2000. We'll zero this thing in. Somewhere around there with the throttle. Okay. And now we want to turn around. We'll do right turn because that's the most logical here. Set it to 2-2 exactly. As we are turning. So when it starts to click, click, click by itself, I think that's when it catches. Me guessing again. Let's see if it straightens out at the course that I set. Or what? Yes, it does. It does. That's good. And here it goes. It swings back. So, either way, whatever it does, the top part is where you want to go. The bottom part is where you're going. Turn the aircraft with this thing here. Get the aircraft to get closer to the ground or away from the ground with this thing here. Now, we need to coordinate these things here because we have to have the arrow pointing at the VOR at the same time as this thing is straight. So now we'll have to do a little dance here. Okay. That's good enough. Let's not overdo it. So it seems like I can override my wishes up here if I'm already at a course. I don't know. Turn back. So I see the runway up there. If we align ourselves with the runway. At least I guess that's the runway. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. That's the runway. If we align us with the runway, And now it's close enough, so now it's just want to trim itself towards whatever. So we let it catch, and now we can turn it a little bit more. So when we're close enough, where did the runway go? Hello? Okay, it went all the way over there. Ah! See why? The brain is hurting. Well, did we learn anything new? No, but at least we got a flight in with this aircraft. I think I have to land now. We'll have to do some more studying, and then yeah. So let's do a turn around and land without the. We'll see if I can manually make this thing go my way. So I'll turn off the autopilot now. Off. And we'll turn left. Just gonna check something here. Yeah. 9.1. Are you kidding me? 109.1. That's why. Feeling a little bit stupid now. Okay. This is why I couldn't get into the line. Well, the aircraft is pretty stable now anyway. I'm not flying the thing. It's just descending nicely by itself. So if I did turn on the autopilot now, or the gyropilot, when we reach, it clicks. Okay, so it actually wants to get ourselves up here. And then we say we have set it to runway 22 or to 0. Yes, and then we'll do need some more. And then why do this. See if it clicks itself back when it reaches the right course here. Can't believe I set the wrong course and then set the correct course, and then in my mind I made it. I'm so stupid. It's a good thing I don't fly this for real. That's part of learning, I guess. The mistakes are just as important as hey ho. Thank you and goodbye. We want to go a little bit more to the right. Okay, and then we go straight. And when this thing creeps into the middle, it should do any second now. Sorry about this, folks. I am so preoccupied by this gyropilot thing. I guess it's not supposed to do ILS landings. It's just supposed to get you from A to B. And yeah, that's a heck of a turn. Close now also. Yeah, here we go. See how fast that thing turns over. Okay. Here we go. So, yeah. We'll turn off the autopilot. Another roundabout. There is probably someone down there screaming, "What are you doing?" But hey, we are trying to learn stuff here. I guess it's time to change the fuel tanks too. Oh, okay. And yes, if somebody has that question, you will not get a glide slope with this aircraft. At least not the OG variant that we are flying today. Trimly trim. And the trim is really sensitive. So you have to back up your trim with your throttle settings to get the aircraft trimmed. Nose high or nose low. This time I will land, I promise. So we know now that we can use the autopilot and the navigation equipment in conjunction with each other to get from A to B, but when it comes to finding the localizer and doing the descending, then you're better off hand flying the aircraft, and I suppose that's the way it should be too. I will do more flights with this navigating, so we'll see if I get better at it. You guys suppose we are far away enough from the airfield? I hope so. Okay. Let's turn around. And we'll establish ourselves on the glide slope. Whoa! Like this. Maybe. Whoa. We are 45 degrees inbound. I'm looking at that thing over here. So that's the way the runway is. And we are flying this way until the needle goes. Then we turn. Whoa, speed, speed, speed. Be careful. Pull back a little bit now. Back a little bit more. You can actually set the to 2,300 for landing, I think. Or now, turn in a little bit more. Otherwise, it will be too steep. turn will be too steep. Hello, nose. Okay. Because we are so close, we'll just do the landing now. We can look at the gauges at the same time. So we need to slow down a little bit more. We can drop the gear, I think it's 140. Here we go. Gear is dropping. We do half the flaps. Just to do the thing the right way, we'll do the landing lights, the booster pumps, and here we go. The gears are excellent air brakes. Let's just say the navigation thing to be continued. But this is what I wanted to see. Look at the blue-yellow HSI there. So we have the frequency, we have the course, and then we'll have the runway. As I said before, whoa. With another flight here is that you want to do a main wheel landing, not a three-pointer. At least when you are like a noob like me. And the gear is higher up than you think. See? Whoa! It startled me. So I don't want that. Power off. Change the view. Flaps up. How to settle the tail. Nice. Stick to our stomach and brake the aircraft. Yeah, we did land without locking the tail wheel. Good for us that we did not have a crosswind. Otherwise, this would have ended. Badly. standing up in the seat. Tapping the brakes. Brakes. Tapping the brakes. Tapping the brakes. Okay. Parking brake set. Good. So, propeller, throttle. At least I got the propellers to stop spinning this time. Okay. Off. 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 Avionics off. These are off. Because the checklist doesn't say they are supposed to be off when you're flying. Okay, that's why the aircraft didn't want to turn off the engines on the flight before this. Oh, we didn't have the lights on. This is what happens when you start on the runway. Things are not set up the way you want them to be. Okay, fuel. So tail wheel. Okay, I think we are ready to turn it off. Battery off. Well, we didn't learn much, did we? But at least you did learn why I call this box here the evil grandfather of the autopilot. Right. Thank you for watching, and yeah, wish me luck next time. Thank you.